stars lie a web of pearls, each gemstone a miniature world unto itself. Upon these worlds interconnected our stories are told, and the fate of creation hangs in the balance. Welcome to the Titan's Gift.
Shave the beard.
No. Never. Oh. Nope. Good evening and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Titan's Gift campaign. I'm your demon host, Marty, joined by Luke, Matt, Levi, and Neil. How is everyone doing tonight?
Woo! How are you, Marty?
Not too bad. Went to TwitchCon. I'm very tired from being at TwitchCon.
And working hard. He's a hard worker.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the fans that came and said hi. We love you guys. You guys are the greatest. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. Positivity Bot, you know I'm your favorite.
That's like you there, Luke.
Ah.
Up the NPCs.
How's it going from the internet over there, Mr. Neil?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. Cup of coffee, good dinner, beautiful Seattle weather. What do we want?
Neil's the only one not in this room right now. For anyone who can't do simple deduction by looking at our pictures.
I don't know. That could be.
It could be like a little.
We make Neil play in a dark room. It's fine, dude. There's no bandwidth here.
Get to the Neil closet.
Put on the headphones.
No, Neil's at his place. How's everyone's week, and what are you dressed up as this week?
I've decided to fulfill my true calling and go to space. So you got to dress for the job you want. So I'll see you guys on the moon next weekend.
Okay.
Okay, whatever you're smoking, I want some of that.
It's Seattle. Okay. How you doing?
It's I don't know. It's been kind of a rough week. The rainforest where I work has a big conference coming up, so everybody's kind of pushing for that. And has a lot of paperwork and.
Did you do GPS reports? Are those in?
You're ready to escape.
There's effectively TPS reports on my plate.
Use your imagination.
Not delighted, but yeah, we're making progress.
Imagination.
Imagine. It goes up a little bit.
It goes up a little bit. Okay. How's it going?
I did not go to TwitchCon.
Okay.
And I am now managing his astronomical career. We went from wrestling
he's
to
my space manager.
It's been a ride.
We're living the dream though right now, buddy.
You were two replacement players is what I'm hearing.
Wait. How much is this paying you?
Oh, I took out another mortgage, so
He's the manager. He does all the pay.
There you go.
Yeah.
it's going really bad.
All right. Why don't we do a quick recap of what happened last game?
Is our stream running, by the way?
The stream should be running.
Because I'm on Twitch and I'm not seeing anything. I'm just
Oh
refreshing.
my
to see.
glob.
I see an announcement.
Oh, I see. Matt just took a drink of something.
Okay.
It's just
Oh,
people
we're
doing
back.
Probably just me.
Fortnite dances on mine.
I do see it.
Ah, there we go. I see it now too.
Hit refresh.
Now we gotta start
Well,
over.
it's the-
Let's do
it's
it
the
again. Let's do it. Cue the intro.
Just like we rehearsed.
See, I'm on the Twitch.
All right, now I'm
There's
back.
no refresh button, Mr. Twitch.
Last game.
Oh wait, it's finally turned on.
The harrowing. Kenny, how's it going? It finally turned on. We just did the how'd you do. You didn't miss much, Kenny.
Oh man, it was good though, Kenny. It was our best opening.
The best
See, I
banter
told you,
yet.
it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me, see?
All right, recap of last game. Game 6 called The Harrowing. The party searches the slurry pipe for clues to both their stolen gear, or the location of their stolen gear, and the demise of Zalara, the fortune teller, and her son. They befriend Plek, a maniacal tooth fairy who hints of dangers at an abandoned manor where he had been captured by Gaedran and his cronies. The party makes several awful discoveries in the bedroom of the vile and aged rogue. Later on, the party's fortunes are told in a flurry of visions. Manny finds a new knife that makes him crave meat, and the party visits the half-hag of Trashfall in search for their agreed-upon reward, only to find that the bag had a mind of its own.
The Macronom Gobbler.
The Macronom Gobbler.
What an awesome bag.
It is pretty groovy.
So
Kind of like
The
that.
name too.
yeah.
I'm like, how do I?
All we need is a bunch of bowling balls to put in there.
So the group, after visiting the Trashfall and receiving the Macronom Gobbler, as well as are convincing it to come with them, you did come to sort of an understanding with the hag. I'm looking at Fereosae, or Matt representing Fereosae, that perhaps if you do come back,
Yes.
she might be willing to trade spells between the two familiars. Apparently, she was also a witch.
Yes.
So that might be interesting.
Gaedran's taken care of, essentially.
Yes, she's still worried about getting too cozy with the group of you,
Yeah.
with Gaedran on his rise. Even though he's an old man, he's a very creepy and now more powerful old man. And she also wants something for it. She suspects that she's maybe a more powerful witch than you are, and knows now that a whole hive of these Formian creatures might very well be yet a new faction in the area of the slums of the Slough, or the Pickers Alley of the Slough. How's it going, Ahmed? Good to see you, man. Don't worry, we'll play D&D with you either tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, most likely Saturday. Let me know which night you guys can play before Saturday.
All of them.
Yeah,
I think
not
I
all of
see
them.
him typing all of them right now.
I do not have the energy this week for all of them. TwitchCon was long.
Exactly.
The lines were long and full of terror.
There can be only one creepy
It
old
was
man
good.
in this town, and it's gonna be me.
Well,
Says the guy with a very inconspicuous jacket.
The picture shows what you have to trudge to. Kenny is saying investing in some fishing waders or some very thick gloves. Yes, they've already gone through Pickers Alley. That is Pickers Alley.
Yeah, we tracked
This
that.
is the Slough represents the kind of like lower class slums of the great city of Grand Station, and then the Pickers Alley is kind of like the thing behind the place behind the slum where the trash is basically dumped from the city above. And they've been adventuring, having their very shitty initial low-level adventures in probably the dirtiest place in all of the Slough.
I caught a disease.
And it got worse.
Potentially two of them. Right. So the group after picking up the Macronom Gobbler, which is a baby mimic that likes to take the form of bags, and apparently has some sort of power to store things in one of its stomachs. Mm-hmm. One of its stomachs is for keeping, and the other one is for eating.
For eating.
He does have a fun voice. We'll do that in a little bit. And where do you guys head afterwards? Like she basically sends you on your way, and you get the sense that hostilities may break out between some of the factions that pick through the Trashfall. You saw that there were some lepers, some human and other humanoid pickers, as well as a very warlike-looking tribe of Vark that all seemed to be standing off at a distance, waiting for the next trash flow. There were some independents that were flagging trash and trying to take advantage of this, but apparently hostilities had reached were high because something had been killing people, and those that it was likely the Formians that were running into the odd group. Foxfire, how's it going?
Woo!
Kenny, good to see you.
I think our intention was to head back to safety and sort of regroup a little bit. We all were short on supplies. We needed food. We needed a whole bunch of gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably back to the bar.
I think it's probably time to give some of this stuff to what's his name?
Oh, yes. What was that shopkeep's name? Rather gruff fellow.
Are you
Sai.
talking about Sai?
I don't think it's worth fighting him.
At this point, all that I want is a nice bath and a hot cup of tea. And some brandy.
Yes, I think he would like this ivory figurine quite a lot.
Yes, there were some interesting curios that might adorn his establishment.
Okay, so you guys are going to pick your way back through Picker's Alley, go back through the sewers, and then trudge your way through the slough back to the cactus. Sorry, the pearl. Sorry.
I think so.
Pearl Cantina?
Yeah, the Pearl Cantina. Okay, this place is not a terribly safe place. However, you have recently cleared it out of several dangers. We'll say there's a 10% chance of a random encounter as you are marching back your way through the Picker's Alley and going through the sewers itself. Give me a percent. And we'll also include, this is during the day, this is the afternoon. We'll also include the slough itself as you're wandering through. So somebody give me a D100.
Feeling lucky. Come on, get it.
11. So close. It was like you guys turned a corner and something dangerous sort of walked by a few minutes later, and nothing happened there. So I'm going to move your tokens, if they're not already there, to the Pearl Cantina, or just to the entrance of the Pearl Cantina. There are some new tokens that I need to move. Your Unseen Servant, the Mocker-Non Gobbler, the Malba.
Mocker-Non Gobbler, the amulet has its own token too, I remember.
Yeah, I'm basically just a little bit to the north. You didn't see those halfling toughs that gave you a rough time last time, but what you do pass are several of your homes. Now, you are lugging a significant amount of treasure and loot. I know we started to, before game, dividing it up. But at this point in time, you haven't even finished identifying it. Malbut chimes up.
Oh, where is a good place for us to have a look at all of our winnings?
I have a rather respectable flat somewhere on one of these streets. No one else uses it but me.
What was the name of your home, or the house that you have that was divvied into apartments? And
I live in the attic of the Moore's Vine residence station, the Slough. So maybe an attic. I don't know. It might be.
What was the
right.
name of your building? I gave you a name for your building as well.
I do not think I wrote that down.
The professor lives in the Moore's Vine residence.
Yeah, in the
Moore's
attic
Vine-
precisely.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Zephyros lives in the Iron Pine residence.
got it.
I did not write down the residences for anybody else, I'm afraid.
I believe you lived in the
I live in the same building as the professor. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, you live in the attic. You actually have a small apartment on the second floor,
Yeah.
basically. The Moore's Vine residence is kitty corner, or catty corner for some people. Kitty corner, catty corner.
Catty corner.
Cat.
For me.
Catter.
Cat.
Catter.
Catty corner. Catty corner.
Catty corner.
Kitty.
Now I don't even know.
And it's kitty corner for me, and apparently Luke gets pussy corner.
Kitty cat? It's not a dirty joke. It's just a cat joke.
All right, so the two buildings you realize as you're stopping in this square, you stare down one way, and there's the Iron Pine residence, which is at the end of the street. It was called the Harrowstone Lane. At the end of the street is the Pearl, and then catty corner or kitty corner or pussy corner from the Moore's Vine, or sorry, the Iron Pine residence is the Moore's Vine residence overlooking the same kind of crossroads, and the two of you dwell there. So you.
Normally, I would say Zephyros, your apartment is rather well guarded, but seeing as your master is ailing, Seems to be a bit of a problem in the neighborhood, I think.
You notice Pixel flying up to some balcony and disappearing. Pixel has like a little hole entrance, like a kitty door or a pussy door. If you really need.
One more time and it's funny.
Mako?
From whatever part of the America you're from. You just see like Manny takes a glance and doesn't really pay attention. Like he's not her keeper, but you know that she's just going to go and check on the house, go into the house,
And as I recall, Luudo, you and Manny were renting accommodations while in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were staying at the Mirage Hotel, which is only a few buildings away.
Well, probably not long-term storage there, I would think. I think that leaves the two of us then turning to Fereosae.
Okay. Zephyros, you notice that there are two rough-looking guys in leather armor leaning on great clubs with studs in them. You're pretty certain the weapon is called a tetsubo. The two guys are just sort of standing outside of your master's apartment and chatting.
Yes. Look at that.
I'm presuming they were sent by Cyril Artgrave to protect my master while we are going on this quest. What do you make of that, Professor?
I would think so as well, hopefully. We can always ask our dear employer when we see him next.
That sounds like a fair question. I wouldn't want to go there and upset them if they're merely doing what was asked.
Yes, especially after such a long day, too. Bit tired, I'd say.
Okay. Pixel comes zipping back towards Fereosae.
What do you say?
Awful lot of a racket going on upstairs.
A lot of what?
A racket?
Oh. In our apartment?
No. In the top one.
Oh, good. Well, who knows who lives there?
I can't understand you two, right? You guys speak Sylvan together?
Yeah, she speaks a really high-pitched, very quick Sylvan, but if you spoke Sylvan, you could probably understand it.
It's a lot of racket upstairs, but it's not in my apartment.
Crashing furniture.
Upstairs?
And a bluey glow.
Where?
Wait, a blue glow?
Yeah.
Did you say upstairs?
Professor, you live in this building too, don't you?
Yes, I rent some quarters in the attic.
Yes, it sounds like maybe,
You glance up instinctually to where you live, and you can see that you do have like this tiny balcony that you always keep. Like you're always annoyed at the sun getting in because it ruins paper, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But when it is a sunny day in the Slough, but you could see that your curtains are drawn, but there's this weird bluish, glowing, flash, tinkling magic that looks suspiciously like the same blue glow that you've seen recently.
I think our services may be needed upstairs. Seems one of our old friends is popping in. Shall we take a look?
we need to be careful. He's kind of strong.
That is true, but he's probably a little worn out as well from his fight.
At this point in time, I must bring up a small clause in our contract.
But we don't have time for contract negotiations.
It is not a negotiation, it is the fine print that I was to be involved in only one attack on Gaedran, successful or no. I will, however, help you identify and look over and appraise all the goods that we have.
Of course, and we shall do that post-haste, but first we must step upstairs.
I'll pull out a wand of obscuring mist.
Unless...
Six was like, I don't want to go up there.
We have to keep him out of our apartment.
Zephyros just says to him, "You really want us to do it in the street? Right now, Malbut? Right here?"
Maybe we could get him. Surprise him.
Yeah.
How do we get up there?
Through there. Up the stairs. Up some more stairs.
Luudo's gonna give a nice long stretch. I think I can climb my way up there.
I can fly.
I'll give you a hand.
Yeah.
He's gonna aid in your climb.
Zephyros just looks at Fereosae and kind of infers, have you seen elephants fly recently?
Yes.
No, but I'm assuming when you're 5th level, we will.
Yes.
What are those big ears for then?
Right.
The
All
better
right.
to hear you, my son.
Kenny's Kenny's laughing about decorating your an apartment with blue glows. It's just some dude with a blue lava lamp. Look at the book, man.
I like it.
All right, so Manny is going to help Luudo climb. It is a DC 15 climb check to climb the side of a building.
What's his aid plus?
I'm going to see if he actually aids. His climb is plus 10. He auto aids, so he basically huffs you up onto his shoulders and pushes you against the wall. And basically, at one point, you've got 1 foot on his hand as he's palming you up there.
Gymnast.
Yep.
17.
Okay, you managed to climb on, and you managed to get your fingers into a few crooks and crannies, and with your. Do you wear shoes, Luudo, or are you one of those halflings that don't wear shoes?
I like the shoes.
Okay,
I'm a boot man.
So you managed to get your mining boot and the treads on some bars and rough cracks, and you find yourself up on the balcony. Fereosae, you flying up to the balcony as well? Okay, Pixel is flying up behind you, but staying underneath the balcony.
Yep.
Unless you want her on your person.
Nah.
Okay. There's the telltale sign of the blue glow. You can't see too much. You saw a shadow kind of pass over the blue glow. You can hear things being roughly moved around, and then some ever so muted cursing.
While they're going up, I'll
Something
turn.
about
I'll show the archaeologist.
When they started going up, I'll turn to Zephyros and say, "Well, shall we walk through the door like civilized gentlemen?" I'll look at Malbut too, since he still has to identify,
Zephyros
and
goes
walk
up
towards
where
the
they're
front
going.
door to go inside.
Malbut right now is taking some of the stuff from you that you kind of have to put down if you're going into combat mode. You guys have like pounds and pounds of gear
Yeah.
that you haven't managed to stuff into Mockernom Gobbler's face yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna walk towards the door though. If they're going
Okay.
up.
Yeah. Who's going up the stairs? I think Manny's going to start climbing the building. Give me a plus 10 roll.
Plus 10?
Yeah.
Oh, right. His climb's pretty good. 21.
Yeah. Okay. He's kind of hanging underneath the balcony. The balcony's kind of going. Man, he managed to plant a foot into an adjacent balcony, and he's basically hanging on. Like he doesn't have enough space to move up there until
Right.
Fereosae and you get out of the way. You're walking up the stairs, Zephyros?
Zephyros is walking with the professor.
Okay.
He was going to comment on and answer the professor's question, but the professor just scooted along ahead of him and didn't give him a chance.
Yeah, I did just start walking.
I'll go ahead and fly up to the roof over the window.
Okay. At this point in time, you can hear like furniture being dragged. It sounds like a desk or something very heavy being dragged across the floor. Kind of in short bursts too. It's kind of like you're trying to move something that's too heavy for you to lift all by yourself. Henry and Zephyros go up the stairs. You are now near the last slender staircase that leads up to the attic. Whoever redid this building put in a nice staircase. It's a little slender for Zephyros, but it's sturdy enough to hold his weight. And you could hear movement. Actually, no, you don't hear anything. You see a little bit of a blue glow coming from underneath the door itself.
As we're getting closer, I will turn to the giant elephant man and go, "Shh," and then creep up as if
Zephyros does the same thing with his ear.
Okay. Alright, give me a stealth check, Henry, as you're creeping up to the door. Manny's now slipped beside you on this really slender, this very slender balcony. Fereosae is just kind of hanging on from above. There is a thin wooden door, is what I would call it, with a little bit of windowing, but it's got like wooden lattice work over the windows.
I got a 20.
It's this little tiny, little latch, little tiny hinge. If it's locked, it would probably be a really simple lock.
I got a 22.
Okay.
Very nearly nat 1 for the stealth check.
You knew which stairs were noisy as you've lived here for a while, and you find yourself right at your door, and you can see the blue light coming out of your keyhole, the keyhole to your apartment.
I'm just listening to hear what's going on. And trying to look through the keyhole?
Okay, the keyhole is just this wondrous blue. It kind of makes you blink a little bit as it's a little bit too bright. You don't hear anything. It's weird. You don't hear anything like you'd expect through the keyhole or from the door itself, but you can hear the scrape of furniture being moved but you hear it through the walls, not through the door. It's somewhat muted.
I'll put my ear to the wall to listen.
Okay. Yeah, someone's dragging something heavy across the floor. Your mind races. It's one of 3 things. It's either one of your bookshelves, your desk, or what is something else that's really heavy and weird in your apartment?
An armoire.
Oh yeah, a giant chair?
Yeah, your giant chair that you do all of your work in.
I'm gonna continue to listen.
Can I stealth?
You're already up there.
I mean, okay. I'm going to.
You're gonna check to see if the.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and flip that little latch as quietly as freaking possible.
Okay, that'll be a stealth.
There we go.
Come on, little guy! Stuff it up!
22.
Okay. So you're. It's got a very simple lock. You realize it's got one of these kind of a little hook that just sort of goes down like this.
I'm gonna pull out my little tweezers I use for give him a kiss and then try my hand at it.
Okay, so you're wiggling the door open a little bit and you're just sort of trying to lift this little latch. Give me a disable device check as well as another stealth, and we wanted to.
I tried to communicate this non-verbally to Luudo.
Okay, give me a non-verbal communication.
Oh, I'm fine with just if
I think it's a
Levi got it, then
yeah. I think it's a certain DC with bluff or something like that. Bluff or linguistics, which is weird. Maybe a perform acting, something like that. And then he has a sense motive to try to understand what you're saying.
I've got bluff.
Yeah, give me a bluff check. This is not a beat. This is you're trying to beat a DC to communicate properly.
18.
All right, give me a sense motive.
Oh god.
Fereosae's trying to do sign language or mimic.
16.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that she is saying this.
I want to see you act it out then.
Oh, I did. It was.
Manny doesn't seem to be paying attention. He just seems to be trying to not to fall off the small balcony that has a couple of yellowed potted plants that the professor fails to water.
Okay.
And he's got he has his sling staff out like he's ready to whack something. At this point in time, the sound of the heavy object being scraped against the wooden floor is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did I make my disabled device?
The blue light
Oh, what did you roll?
I rolled a 24 for that.
24? Ding!
And then
And what was your stealth?
23.
23? Okay. At this point,
I hear the sound stop.
yep,
Is the light still going?
the light's still going.
Did I lock my apartment when I left?
Yeah.
He's dragging all your shit into the portal. Yes.
Well, you would have had to have been in the apartment before, though, right?
I got him jacking all my fucking research, my notes, guys. I lost my family for this.
All right, so Professor, what are you doing? Like this horror crosses this look crosses his face.
I'm trying the door.
Zephyros?
I'm trying the
Okay.
door quietly as I can.
So basically, the door has like a little thumb kind of opener, and it has a place for you to stick your key in.
I'm gonna try and do
You have the keys to your apartment. You can put those on your character sheet.
Throw them on there. Do you need another stealth or something?
Nope. So you stick the key in, and you try to move it, and nothing is moving. It's like some sort of immovable force is not letting you stick the key in and turn. Like it's not going all the way in, and your thumb on the little depression part of the handle is not depressing. It doesn't even wiggle a bit. It is like it's solid, like somebody petrified the door.
Yeah. There's no other way aside from the window into this
There's a
fire
chimney.
hazard of an apartment.
There's a chimney. Maybe one of the halflings or the halfling or Fereosae could wiggle their way down an old chimney.
Mm-hmm.
A small professor could fit down the chimney, but the chimney is accessible from the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, you got the window open. What are you two doing?
Ever so slightly nudging it open to peek in and see what's
Okay.
actually going on. Hopefully they oiled their hinges.
You notice standing inside of the bluish glow of a portal is the outline of Gaedran, and he's peeing on the floor.
Peed on my rug, man? Oh,
Really tied the room together.
Luudo's gonna like stifle kind of a laugh and nudge man.
You notice that these horrible drag marks are like of some sort of furniture. There's something like block-like kind of just on the other side of the portal. You're pretty sure he dragged a desk, a big heavy desk, into.
Now he's like feet from the portal, right?
Yeah, this is kind of like 20 feet into the room. There we go. You hear him say that.
Dude, I don't have anything to tie this
My
guy
kid.
up. Or-
You.
The window's open?
The windows open
Right.
a tiny bit. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna prepare to hop down and just fly at the blue glow.
Okay.
As soon as the window is open all the way.
I'm gonna
open the window
look
all
at
the
you and give you like a nod, like this is what we all came here for.
All right. I think I need an initiative. Some of you, however, are on an inaccessible area, but we'll roll initiative nonetheless. As players sometimes have good ideas.
And sometimes don't.
Alright, I'm gonna nuke the initiatives.
Yeah,
I'm
fine.
assuming you don't have the +4 bonus anymore, the temporary bonus, Matt?
I do not.
Okay. This is Gaedran. Paying a visit to our friendly neighborhood archaeologist.
Oh my god, I'm losing the dog, guys. Everything I've worked for.
I rolled for Manny, I rolled for the professor.
Oh, the professor had a.
Oh no, I didn't roll for the professor, sorry, I
Yeah,
rolled for the
5.
Mocronome Gobbler. 5? Okay.
Not so good.
Luudo, what'd you get?
16.
16 on the die?
Yeah. No, 12 on the die, sorry.
Okay. Gaedran. Nine.
Man, dude is fast. For an old guy, yeah.
He is.
I'll have what he's wearing.
Yes. He's got some good shit.
Ooh, I didn't even see what he had going on.
Ah, Gaedran. Okay, so Gaedran. Yeah, fuck. he's tucking his worm away, kind of doing up his pants as he sees people kind of at the doorway or at the balcony, and he move action Now he's not even going to do up his pants. He's going to take a move action to 5-foot step back into the portal, kind of doing this weird shuffle with his pants down.
Does he get any inside the pants?
That's the real question.
He then, as a move action, takes the key out of the door, and the door kind of slams shut. And the blue glow is dying down. Luudo?
I'm just gonna swing the shutters open now.
Okay. Yeah, you kick them completely open. That's a move action.
Is there like a windowsill, or is this just a walk-in sort of ordeal?
It's just a walk-in.
Okay,
Yep.
and I'll take 5-foot step in.
Okay, you take a 5-foot step in. It looks like there are a bunch of bookshelves and shelving, and it looks like it's all been ransacked. Like half the stuff you get the sense is missing. A loose leaf piece of paper
Right.
kind of goes
Smells like piss in here.
goes by. It does look like he wrote something on the floor.
In piss?
No, he wrote something with this. It looks like blood, maybe shit. You're not sure.
Oh, good.
He wrote something
Foul.
on the floor, and there's a puddle of old man urine on a carpet.
I'm just gonna take a peek. Like Angle is trying to see what he wrote.
He said, it says, "Let's make a deal."
Weird way of initiating a deal, I think. I look back at Manny and nod, like, check this out. Have you ever seen something like this?
Zephyros, what are you doing?
So Zephyros was very far away. The moment the professor told him to be quiet, Zephyros just stopped because being quiet's not what Zephyros does.
Yeah, you're standing in a hallway, and there's a slender staircase that the professor is on it near the door. You'd have to go up 15 feet and through the door, but you do see the blue glow dying.
So Zephyros is just waiting for the professor to show him, give him a sign that, hey, come on over here. He's not moving until he sees that.
Okay, Fereosae?
I'm gonna drop down, fly right at the door.
Okay. Okay, the door is closed.
Yep, I'll try and open it quickly.
All right, you now hear the door rattling in its hinges. The Macronam Gobbler is just watching from the back of the giant elephant man. Manny goes stepping into the room. He's got a ready to action. He's looking around.
High alert.
Doesn't see anything. He's going to ready an action to attack something.
Yep.
It appears, Professor.
Try to open the door again?
Yeah, you stick your key in, move action, open it up. You open the door. Fereosae's right in your face.
Damn it! Look, he's gone. He's gone.
No! I'll push past her and into the
Okay,
room.
you push past her. Give me a acrobatics check as you slip in a puddle.
Come on.
The acrobatics check is DC 5, but you're an old man.
He pissed all over the floor.
23!
Okay, so you kind of like, oh, and you see written in just kind of in front of the carpet, "Let's make a deal."
I
And then
glance at it only momentarily.
It's like he pushed it like 16 times to get it through the doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, this horrible screeching scratch into the hardwood floors from your office, which is just one end of the attic, and your desk and all the papers and things that were locked away inside the desk are gone.
I'll immediately begin searching my apartment for all of my favorite books, things I've accumulated that wouldn't be in the desk. The desk's gone. I'm immediately inventorying all of my academic materials.
I'm
Panicking.
gonna fly straight out the window to my apartment to make sure he doesn't take my stuff.
Oh no! Oh, I'm going through a list of books and saying whether I lost them or not, and panicking. Like, oh no! I hope he didn't get Monster Manual 4, not the 4th edition. It had a signature on this. Oh, I spent years in the library for that one.
My apartment's downstairs. He'll come there next. I say as I fly out the window.
Okay, you notice that
Will he? Who knows?
the two of you go to your apartment, and do you lock your balcony entrance? Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And probably use it primarily.
Pixel goes in through the Pixel door, and it is just strong enough to open up the latch to let you in. And you bust in, and everything is where you left it. Just a little dapple of dust in what the dying light of the day coming in through a window.
I'll go up next to the door and hide.
Okay.
After a few moments, if I've completed like some sentences, I will look up and go, yes, the apartment below us. And I will turn and run down the stairs.
And then you run into a big elephant who stands there not knowing what to do, and you can't get past him.
Yes, so
Quickly, Zephyros!
it is
He may
like
be
somebody went,
downstairs!
it's like somebody went like this on each of the shelves, and stuff dropped, but I would say about 80% of the things that were on your shelves are gone. And it looks like in a very unceremonious way. A small statuette of the goddess Basque that you got in the Badlands during a really old expedition is shattered on the floor.
I am frantically telling Zephyros to move aside. He may be downstairs.
Quickly!
Zephyros tries to suck in his stomach, but there's not much to suck in, so that the professor can squeeze past.
Okay, so you guys are running downstairs. Eventually, you figure you're down a stair. There's about 6 apartments. You're not sure which one Fereosae was in. Luudo, you're pretty sure you saw. You kind of gathered where you were, and you point at one, and now you guys are knocking on the door of Fereosae's apartment.
Zephyros runs after the professor as they go down.
I'll go ahead and unlock it and open the door.
The door opens. You kind of catch Fereosae just sort of like disappearing into her apartment.
I came in cursing his name.
You bastard! You'll give it back right this is...
And then,
Oh, where did he go?
This is a much different apartment from you. Definitely.
He's not here yet.
A woman creature lives here. There's lots of, I don't know. Describe what's different from a.
There are little plants around. There's sets of dishes neatly stacked.
not dust in a bean can.
There's there's a collection of pots and soil and a little shovel on a table near the window.
Look, a civilized creature lives in here, not a madman.
There's some knitted things covering furniture. You could see little cacti, including one that is
Skull.
Yes, there's a skull with cacti growing out of its eyes.
Nice place.
Does
On a
she
shelf.
sleep in a bed? You know what you have? You have in your apartment one of those wicker birdcage chairs that women always like. If you have one in your house,
Love those, yeah. Okay.
during a house party, the tiniest woman in the house party will go and sit in it.
Okay. Yeah.
From my experience. Because I'm not sitting in that thing. It's nice in here. It has a fresher smell than your kind of leather book and oil apartment.
Closed off all the windows so the light wouldn't get in, so it was better to study. There's nothing good up there.
There's no sign of anyone breaking in.
I'll hustle, motion for Zephyros to come in and close the door behind it,
Okay.
and then take a
Zephyros
challenging step again.
Scoots in.
Zephyros scoots in, who's just kind of hanging out in the middle of the room, looking around.
And he has this relieved look on his face, like finally he's in a room, not standing outside somewhere.
Yep. Manny's now kind of hanging out on this balcony as he climbed down, helping Luudo down.
Yeah.
What was Fereosae doing?
Mostly hiding behind the door. I'm
Okay.
gonna let you guys in, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna close the door and
Yeah.
hide next to the door.
Okay. I will take a position up on the other side of the door. We're like on the sides here, so if it opened, they'd look in and we'd be on the sides of the wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it like flat against the wall, like really hide good, you know?
Okay. A few moments of silence.
Invite Malbut up.
Oh, yes.
Malbut!
Waves Manny. Manny's got the balcony door slightly open. He's just sort of hanging out on the balcony with Luudo. Malbut nods and is jingling with all the stuff and is going up.
Yes,
Going up the
yes.
stairs. Eventually he finds his way and you guys wave him into the apartment. You stand around awkwardly and quietly for a couple of minutes. It turns into 5 or 10. Nothing happens. Are you waiting any longer?
What do we... You think he's not coming back?
Maybe not. Let's stay here for a while and identify things.
Yes. I should probably lock off upstairs, though.
Oh, sure, yeah. Seems reasonable.
You don't happen to have any tea, would you?
Zephyros just looks at everybody and goes,
Make some
"What
tea."
happened upstairs?"
I seemed I was robbed. Not sure the extent of it. But some tea would be lovely, I'd say. If you don't mind, of course.
Yes, I'll make some tea.
Excellent. I'll be back in a moment.
Pretty soon you're serving them the good tea or the normal tea?
Oh, I'll serve him some good tea.
Okay, you're serving them your good tea as you guys are all hanging out in this apartment that is way too small for all of you to be hanging out in, waiting for Gaedran to arrive.
Zephyros stands there with these big old hands, drinking this tea out of this tiny little cup, trying not to break the cup when he's trying to just look all elegant, but failing miserably.
Is there a lot of stuff still left over? Would I be able to quickly like gather up all the loose papers and just bring them with me and lock the door?
Your favorite chair, he took a knife to. All the stuffing is all over the place.
Oh no, I had plans for that chair. That was my only chair.
You do gather up the odd book and some papers that it would take some time to put back in the proper folders. It would take you about 10 minutes to gather up the remainder of your effects.
I'm gonna gather them with me and take them down and lock the door.
He didn't go into your. He kind of tossed all of your clothes from your closet into a big pile. You didn't get a chance to do anything to the pile yet.
Did piss on him?
So no. But he did get like a box of keepsakes that you have in your closet.
That's bullshit.
Probably the leftover stuff from your failed marriage and like little gifts from your daughters.
Yeah, homemade cards and bullshit. Yeah, threw that in the closet as soon as they left. Got some research to do here, woman. I'm just getting.
But he
papers.
grabbed that. Give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom +1. 9. 10, sorry.
10. You know that the address of where your ex-wife and your 2 kids, and I think they're old enough to have families and that sort of thing, so this is where you also kept the addresses of your family.
Oh no. She's going to be angry. Nothing worse than that woman when she's mad.
You don't see anything spilled from that box, so you don't know if you'll go through it or not, but it's just... It's something that comes to mind when you're looking at what's missing.
Oh, Liliana, forgive me. Yeah, I'm just gonna gather up papers.
Okay.
Get out of there.
You notice that he got like a small medicine kit, but it must have spilled. There is a single antitoxin that is left from your kit.
Oh, thank you. I will pick it up
Okay.
and put it on my person. Small antitoxin?
Yep.
Got it.
Basically, you could fit all of your belongings minus the leftover shelving into a trunk and a big backpack. It's still too much for you to carry around. Like, think of like trying to empty your closet at home.
Yeah. I'm downsized though.
The filth, you're not too sure what the filth was, but it looks pretty gross.
The filth where?
That he wrote, let's make a deal in.
Oh. Doesn't look like anything I saw in the slough.
Smell it.
Just all of the slough's worst parts combined.
You can smell it if you want.
I'll give it a smell, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely stool.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'm starting to like this Gaedran.
Did that?
It's stool mixed with blood.
Oh,
Oh, can I?
little less.
Is there any way I can identify it?
Give me a heal check. Knowledge nature.
Probably knowledge nature. Yeah, a 7 looks good.
Oh, it's like taste it.
21.
Yeah, he's got some sort of like bowel disease. The blood is not fresh and red. It is deep, dark, and kind of mixed in with the stool. He is probably in some sort of discomfort. This is not a healthy person, whoever shot this out.
Oh, Gaedran, I hope this was you, my friend. I hope it was painful and worth it.
I'll have a little chuckle to myself
Okay.
as I sort of just ignore that whole poof situation going on in the middle there.
Zephyros still looks at the professor and just says, "Are you sure you're feeling okay?"
Zephyros had wandered back out after having tea up into your apartment, and you hear a creak along the stairs as the Alpha Man's looking in.
I'll clear my throat and go.
He took it all, Zephyros. All of my research, my life's work.
I'll look down pathetically at the few pages I've picked up so far.
It's all I have left.
Anything useful in there?
Oh, I don't know. It'll be a few moments to look it over. Gather it up and we can take a look together, I suppose.
So things, let's just summarize the things that you're missing. So all of your personal reports on every dig that you've done, your university notes, pages dealing with your application into that weird order.
Mm-hmm.
Those are gone. What do you have? What do you have ranks in knowledge wise?
I have ranks in Arcana, Dungeoneering, Engineering, Geography, History, Local Station, Nature, Nobility, Planes, and Religion. I think I got them all.
Okay, so everything but nobility and local would probably have books related to your studies
Mm-hmm.
in those topics, excuse me, and those books are all gone.
God damn.
Oh, so many books.
Now, these do represent you getting the ranks that you already have, but, you know, maybe your little library would act as the beginnings of a research library.
Were there any real savory books I picked up, like stuff that maybe I hadn't translated, or just really old copies that there's only a few of them, even weird snippings of things?
Unfortunately, all of your like first editions were sold to fund your latest series of digs.
Yeah.
You thought you could buy them all back. It's your notes that you're going to miss.
Yeah.
Where you've got how old are you?
I
61?
am. I think in my 60s, yeah. 60.
60. So you've got
60 years young.
42 years worth of research notes into the esoterica that you were interested in. Not all of it. Well, 18 is probably when you started going to libraries and writing things down in journals. So.
This is a crushing blow to me.
Zephyros tries
My
to.
entire life's work has been stolen.
You got teeth.
I mean, Zephyros is trying to soften the blow for you a little, to kind of like put you at ease, saying, "Yeah, don't worry, we'll find him. It'll be okay. It'll be all right."
I just keep...
But he knows what it feels like.
It's gone. Oh, life wasted, it's gone!
gone, but it is not lost.
Oh God, it doesn't even know what it's worth. Doesn't even understand any of it.
It understands that it means something to you.
Oh, he has them. Oh, my notes. I'll just weeping and sobbingly pick up all the pages I can.
Okay, you spend a miserable afternoon sort of picking everything up. You've got it now in a single trunk and a single backpack. Everything that is worth taking.
I will take it downstairs and lock up my apartment.
Okay.
And
After tea is served, sometime later, Zephyros and the professor come down. Zephyros helping him carry a big trunk that just kind of gets pushed into the entryway of your apartment.
We'll try and get everything else identified in the meantime, I think.
Yeah, Malbut and the others start to look at stuff. Hey, treasure. Your ship was stolen, but everyone's like, here's a wand.
There's bullshit.
And the way I look at it, his shit was stolen.
yes, yes.
Karkut, the magical butcher's knife that gives you the +1 butcher's knife that gives you +2 profession butcher that makes you kind of hungry for meat. That is just going on Manny. Manny's not putting that in the pile. He's just holding on to it.
I would also like to think that he's a pretty smart guy. He knows he's hungry. He eyes up that masterwork cooking set, and he's like, meat needs a good kitchen. I think does he grab for it?
Nope.
No?
Nope, he's fine with the knife. Zolara's robes act as braziers of armor +1 that summon 6 +1 shuriken. You are proficient in those shuriken, and they're properly sized while wearing.
Yeah, I could definitely go for that.
They replenish once per week. The only other person I could see, well, actually, I could see a couple people use this being the one.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Which one was that? Sorry.
This is the Zolara's robes.
I think you should probably do it. Will they fit you?
Wow. No.
No, will they?
No, I'm knowing the title of the.
Well, no. That's a book ye bloody well better steal.
Alright, so I'm going to put that on Fereosae.
Yeah.
That goes on the body slot, so I'll stick it in there. We've got a few other things. Zolara's Circlet. It is a head slot, a minor circlet of persuasion, +1 competence bonus on charisma checks, and a +2 competence bonus on profession fortune teller checks.
I definitely am interested in that.
Okay. Professor? Looks like Fereosae was down for it as well.
Oh, I'm willing to take the robes and
Okay.
and you can have the circle.
Right. Professor might have to buy ranks in profession. Fortune teller.
I can do some of the things that you could do as a fortune teller. Like I can read cards and do all that stuff.
Okay, the other major magical thing that you haven't completely identified what it was the Gaedran's amulet.
Mm-hmm.
An amulet of natural armor +1 with +2 versus +2 to saving throws versus effects that originate from fairies and giants.
Okay.
And something.
I hear it might also serve as another purpose. Maybe something to pass through or unlock. Maybe a manor door.
Yeah, what are you doing with this? What are you?
This is the one with the M on it?
This is the one with the M on it. I think we had a specific token for it. Let me see if I can find it.
I feel like it's probably sitting on the table, sort of an elephant in the room type of vibe coming off of it, staring us in the face.
Pun intended.
Yeah, oh for sure, pun intended.